And welcome back to the Daily Wrap. As discussed before on the show a couple of times, former First Lady Hillary Clinton has a perception problem. Although she's leading all polling, Americans don't really trust her. I'm not just talking Republicans here. In the most recent AP GFK poll, 40% of Democrats and 60% of independents agreed that honest was not the best way to describe her. The pressures clearly began to affect the Clinton camp. This morning on NBC, in an exclusive interview with the Today Show, former President Bill Clinton was asked about foreign contributions to the Clinton Foundation. He didn't exactly call it a vast right-wing conspiracy, but did say the criticism is deliberate.
There has been a very deliberate attempt to take the foundation down. And there is almost no new fact that's known now that wasn't known when she ran for president the first time.
Since the Clintons were exposed taking foreign donations, they have limited donations to just 6 countries. The former president was asked if this was an acknowledgement that they were doing something improper.
No, absolutely not. It's an acknowledgement that we're going to come as close as we can during her presidential campaign to following the rules we followed when she became Secretary of State.
Now things get interesting. The president is asked about his $500,000 speaking fees and goes on the defensive, not just about the fees, but the inferred influence as a result in the State Department.
And I've given 10% more to pay my bills, and because in the
regular working Americans look and say $500,000 for a speech.
Well, why shouldn't it's the most independence I can get. I don't, if I had a business relationship with somebody, they would have a target on their back from the day they did business with me till the end. Any kind of disclosure is a target. But it looks bad. There's no facts, of course, but it looks bad.
So she's now running for president. Will you continue to give speeches?
Oh yeah, I got to pay our bills.
Yeah, probably not the answer he wanted, Bill Tucker. Now let me give a media lesson here real quick. All right, not a lesson. This is my educated perspective. He went on the Today Show for a reason, or at least, they were in Africa, and he allowed an NBC interviewer to interview him. Who used to work for the Today Show? Anybody want to throw that in?
Chelsea, right?
Chelsea Clinton used to work for it, right? So I think he thought he was going to get a very generous, friendly interview. And when there were follow-up questions actually being asked, he almost looked like, are you kidding me?
Right.
My daughter worked for you. I'm not supposed to be getting questions like this. Would you have answered it that way? That we, despite being worth $130 million, and that's a low guesstimate, that you would answer because I got to pay my bills?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't have answered it that way. But,
how would you have answered it?
He should be kissing NBC.
How would you have answered it?
They gave him a largely unchallenged forum to do what he needed to do. And instead of saying he needs the money, he should have simply said the foundation needs the money. I mean, it's as simple. It just changed the subject of the answer.
So he's taking money he's making from speeches and funneling it right into the Clinton Foundation?
Well, I'm not saying what he's doing. I'm just saying why do you do those speeches? He should have said because the foundation needs the money. Not I need the money, the poor broke Clintons.
Okay. Hillary?
Listen, there's no good way to answer those questions because people are not going to like the fact that someone who's worth that much says I need to pay my bills.
So why not stop doing the speeches? You got enough yachts to water ski behind. For the perception of it, Rick, why not just walk away?
Because it's listen, the questions that he was asked were by and large fair. And I have problems with the way he answered the first one that we'll get to. But when somebody starts counting your money, I got a problem with that. I've probably been overpaid for the silly things that I've done. And if we're supposed to stop working because we have enough money, maybe I should get up and go because somebody's decided when I have enough money. Unfair. Is there anybody at this table who would say no to $500,000?
I agree with you, but Mitt Romney's money was counted in 2012.
I've disagreed with that.
Right.
I think it's wrong. It's got nothing to do with anything. Where I think he went wrong, though, was in the first part where he was comparing how they're going to behave now or how they are behaving compared to how it was when Hillary ran the first time. What he's pretending not to notice is that she was Secretary of State in between, and the issues that we're all taking a hard look at were contributions that they got that could connect to her job as Secretary of State, not when she was running for president the first time. That was disingenuous.
Right. If I'm in the Clinton camp, I am very concerned about the way my candidate and now her husband is handling not too difficult of questions, whether it be the book tour, we left the White House broke, or there, he got so defensive so quickly, a guy who is usually just smooth in front of the camera, and he almost got angry, like, what are you doing? Ask me this question. And this is the light stuff now, right? We're 20 months, 19, whatever it is, outside the election. Wait till it gets really heated. I mean, the Clintons usually are known to be great politicians. I haven't seen it so far, Heather.
She didn't handle the challenge of the Benghazi hearings well. And later this month, she has to answer some questions about that in the emails. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens indeed. Well, coming up next, it's potluck time. Guess what? Heather and I will share our favorite stories of the day. We've been texting each other saying, oh my God, is this the best ever? No, mine's the best ever. Oh my God, this is the Daily Wrap. Don't go anywhere.